Hello, guys, and welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are doing well. How are you guys doing? Hope you're better than $1 million. Maybe better than $2 million or $3 million. I don't know, man. I feel pretty good today, and I want to talk to you guys about something really interesting. I was walking down the streets here in Germany, and I saw this, as you see here in the picture, a bunch of ants dancing around or whatever. Now, I don't know what is the correlation between ants in Germany. You tell me. Wink, wink. You tell me. But anyway, we are here to talk about the truth, the freedom-loving people, the targeted individuals, the freedom-loving people, the people that want to be free, the people that want to live their lives on their own terms, that don't want to be a bunch of slaves or robots or whatever. If you guys are watching this, cool, amazing. And see, there's a little problem that we have nowadays in society, which, of course, very difficult to explain to some of the idiots and the morons that may not even be able to comprehend or understand the goddamn thing that I'm saying. But all right. You got okay. You got a car, right? Now the car can come either as automatic or manual. You can have an automatic car or you can have a manual car. Now, most people nowadays, they're going to say, we want an automatic car. Wrong. That's the wrong answer. The right answer would be, I want a manual car. Because manual is better than automatic. And for that reason, all the people who are racing, the people that do car racing, car racing, you know what I mean? The F1 and all that stuff, they do not use automatic. And there is a reason for that. Because if you're doing speed racing and you're doing automatic, you're going to get trashed, motherfucker. You're going to get trashed. So if you're doing speed racing, you have to do manual, right? Luxury cars, sports cars, expensive cars, Mercedes, Lamborghini, Porsche, all these things, they never use automatic. They don't actually have that option. You literally cannot get them as automatic. You have to buy them as a manual. So you have to buy them. It always comes in a manual option or manual setting, right? The Alfa Romeos and the Porsche, Lamborghini, all these things. All right, so what does the word manual mean, and what does the word automatic mean? Well, let Papa and Niece teach you about this. Okay. The manual, okay, comes from the Latin word manus. Okay, that means the hand. So manual just means handsy, like you're doing something with your hands. You're smart, you're clever, you're able, you're skilled. You can do things with your hands, like a human, right? A human would be able to use their hands to do things. Now, the automatic. Now, automatic means, it comes from the Greek, the ancient Greek word for automata. Now, you can look this up online if you don't believe me, but whatever. Automata or automata, which in Greek means robot, and it also means slave. So robot and a slave. That's literally what it means. So technically, being automatic is actually it actually means that you are a slave. It means that you're a slave. You're automatic. You're robotic, and that's not a good thing, obviously. So this word Automata or automatos, whichever way you want to say it, in the Greek, originally it means someone who is not human, someone who is like a slave or like a I don't know, like a slave, like a robot, right? Like a machine, and that's the way that it is. So actually, automatic is not good. Manual is always better. And of course, you could maybe something for you guys to reflect upon if you want to reflect upon it or not, or whatever. It's up to you. Um, when you have, say that there is a pilot, right, and a pilot is flying an airplane, right, and as he is flying this airplane, he puts the airplane on autopilot. But the thing with our autopilot is it can only do so much. When the going gets tough, for example, when you need to have an emergency landing because the airplane is going to crash, or there's like a hurricane or whatever, a storm or something like that, you can't just keep you can't just keep the airplane on autopilot. If you keep the airplane on autopilot, it will crash. So you can't keep it on autopilot. You have to then um, go all like manual, right? You have to do the manual. Like the pilot has to literally manually do it himself because the autopilot, as clever as it is, as smart as it is, as able as it is, it's artificial. It doesn't really know how to handle each and every situation. It can only handle something which has been pre-programmed. So something which is has been previously programmed in the settings, and that's the problem. That's literally uh, the problem. That the slaves, they are automatic. They only know how to do something which has been told to them or pre-programmed or preconditioned. You know, because people who are free, people who are smart, people who are clever, they tend to be manual because they know that they're able and clever enough to deal with whatever shit comes at them in life. You know, they they are not just following procedures or following orders or some kind of pre-planned things. They can always do things which are unpredictable because they can deal with the uh, the situation, right? They can deal with it. Um, so as far as I don't know how to say this, man, but I don't know, man. I think about this, man. Like, would you rather be like a bald eagle, or would you rather be an ant? I mean, I see these fucking ants all the time, and it's just such an annoying fucking animal, you know, despicable, annoying, irritating, um, what's the word I'm looking for? Like pitiable, you pitiful. Yeah, you feel bad for these ants, man. It's just when I go to the woods and I see these because I spend a lot of time in the woods and I see these fucking ants like just going around these bugs and it's just fucking annoying as fuck, man. It's such a pathetic little life that you know doesn't really mean anything. It's like they're just going around fucking working like drones. And, the way they do it is, yeah, it's just, it's something pathetic about it. You know what I mean? It's like, don't know how to explain it, man. It's like, bugs, man, bugs, you know what I mean? And I mean, it's the bugs. It's everything. You know, it's everything, man. It's not just the ants, it's the bees as well, the beehives. You know, what I mean, I once I was walking around in France and I saw this like fucking beehive, and I was like, man, I want to get some of that delicious fucking honey, man. You know what I mean? You got to get that fucking honey, right? Some of it can sometimes be between the legs of a beautiful lady, but some of it is somewhere else. So I saw this like fucking beehive, man, and I was like, man, I really, 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 really want to get this fucking honey, man. And then I was like, oh, okay, you know what? And I go there and I see like there's like fucking 200, 300 fucking bees milling around. I'm like, oh shit, that's the way it is in life, isn't it? You can't get that honey. You can't get that honey without the bees coming after you. If you want to get the honey, you're gonna get stung by the bees. And she ain't no tease. Anyway, oh, that was weak. That was weird. Anyway. Okay, so you want to get honey, right? And you're like, man, I want to get this fucking honey. But when you try to get the honey, the insects, the slaves, they're gonna come after you. And that's the fucking problem in life. Is it's let me. I'm an old man. Okay, I am an old fucking man. You know, I have fulfilled my life purpose. I have come to the age of 58. And as an older man, as a man who is 58 years old and wiser than most, I want to explain certain things to you guys, to the kids, to the children. Um, I may, in my form, I may look like I am 33 years old, but I am actually literally 58 inside of my head, inside my heart. And what I wanted to explain to you guys is that don't be automatic, be manual. Because life is full of pleasure, but every pleasure will cost you something. You can't get the pleasure without there being a little bit of pain, or sometimes a lot of pain. And that's the purpose of life, and that's the reason why a lot of men, we just jump in the fire, so to speak. We go to hell, and because you can't afford to be a pussy. You can't afford in life. You can't afford to be as they call it here in Germany, a mushy. You can't afford to be a pussy. Um, you have to take risks. You have to go for the honey, so to speak. Like the honey badger. You guys know what a honey badger is? Maybe you could look it up. You see that shit in like South Africa. They take a lot of risks, but there's also a lot of pleasure, but there's also a lot of pain. But that's the thing about life. You have to take the risk to go after the rewards and the pleasures, despite the pain, despite the agony, despite the suffering, and there will be probably a lot of suffering as well. But what is the alternative? Do you want to be like a chicken, or like a bug, or something like that just wants to live everything very safely? You want everything to be safe. Well, no risk, no reward. You know, the people that live in the jungle, they're not gonna think, oh well, I want to get honey, but because there is bees, I'm not going to do it. No, they're gonna think, I want that honey, and I don't care if I get stung by bees. So that's exactly how it is in life. You can't get some. There's no way that you can get pleasure without there being some kind of suffering or pain. If you want to go and get that honey, you're gonna get stung by the bees, and you better deal with it. You know what I mean? Suck it up, buttercup. Yeah, so I don't know, man. It's like a lot of these people out there, they fucking like live such schizoid, sheltered lives, you know. I see a lot of these fucking schizoid slash schizophrenic fucking people, and they don't want to take the risks. They think that they're smart. You know, I'm just going to play everything safe. I'm not going to take any risks. I'm not going to go for the pleasurable experiences. Well, you're just sitting there and you're not going to get the honey. Yes, you're not going to get stung by the bees, but you're definitely not going to get the honey. So, what the hell, man? Yeah. So, this is the thing with the engineered slavery. This fucking engineered slavery that is being engineered and socialized into the lives of, oh God, loads and loads and loads of fucking people. You can say in Germany is a very good example, Sweden, all these Nordic countries, but even in America, you see it. Even in many countries, you're starting to see that there's a lot more slavery going on, and there's a lot of fucking, you know, slaves walking around thinking that they are free. Bitch, you can say whatever you want to fucking say. And the slaves will be the first ones to come to you and say, oh, I'm not a slave. Bitch, yeah, you are. You know? I don't need to listen to the fucking crap that you're saying. I'm not going to take you at your word. You think because you said something I'm going to believe you? Fuck off, man. Look at what you are doing. I am not going to care about the shit that you're saying, the crap, the talking shit that's coming out of your mouth. I'm looking at the things that you're doing. You know, you can talk all day long and say, "Oh, I'm not a slave. I'm not a slave." Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. You get up in the morning and like a bitch, you have to put on your fucking alarm, and you get up and you wake up at 6 o'clock. Because if you don't show up to work at 7 o'clock, you're gonna get fired from your job. And you have to take orders and you have to obey the orders. And if you don't, motherfucker, you're gonna get fired. So, and then you come to me, yes? And you say, but I am not a slave. I am not a slave. Yes. Because you said something does not mean it's true. Do you understand that? Do you understand that, mate? Just because you said something, just because you spoke and said something, doesn't mean it is true. Show us what you do, not what you say. You know? And that's the problem, man, nowadays, is a lot of people talk trash nowadays. I fucking noticed it, man. It's so annoying. People just talk trash all the fucking time, you know? It's like the people that speak the truth, the people that say, you know, the things that make a lot of sense, the people that follow the common sense are ridiculed and mocked. And the people that say absolute fucking trash and garbage and nonsense, they are promoted, you know, because they want this slavery. They want everybody to be slaves, you know. You know, guys, the other day I discovered something really interesting. And this is something that I think many of you people might be shocked to realize or to understand what it is. But somebody who is as old as I am, you know, I am like 58 years old. I understand these things very well. You know, the other day I was standing in the line for the supermarket, right? And you know, there was this mother with her baby. You know, her baby was like fucking, I don't know, man, like 2 years old or something like that, still wearing diapers. And she's sitting there looking at me, man. This beautiful, gorgeous baby. And she was looking at me, man, all sexual and like seductive, and she was trying to seduce me. And I was like, what the fuck is this, man? Is this a joke? This has to be a joke, man. And this fucking 2-year-old baby is sitting there and seducing me. And she just fucking looking at me and fucking like, you know, started like spreading her legs for me. And I'm like, what? This can't be happening, man. This has to be a joke. And then you realize that there's all this like brainwashing in society about a lot of things out there, like, and obviously I have to give credit where it's due. I have to give credit to what's his name, Gottis Lagsdins, also known as Gotis, also known as what is it called, Sverige. That guy's fucking smart. I've been watching his fucking channel for quite a while, and fuck, I learned so many things. That guy is a credit to fucking humanity, for fuck's sake. That guy is amazing. Now, I do know that he doesn't fucking like me very much, but he can go fuck himself. I like him, so. But yeah, this is the thing, man. I just ever since I've been eating raw meat and honey and fruit, I like my brain is so switched on. And like I'm so awake and so aware of all the things in life. Like all that brainwashing, that fog has just been cleared out of my mind. And then I sat there and I was thinking about it. I was like, well, if this 2-year-old fucking baby is opening her legs for me and she wants to, seduce me, why is it wrong? I mean, I am not going to do it, of course, because in this slave system, if you do it, you're going to go to jail. Fucking assholes. But, you think about it. Why? Why is it that, why is it, please tell me, why is it that, the things that we are supposed to be doing, they don't allow us to do them? Whilst you see all these like fucking rich elite people, like Jeffrey Epstein. Dude, the guy was living in a fucking island, man. He was bringing fucking, 9-year-old bitches, 10-year-old bitches and fucking them. Like, what are you talking about, man? By the boatload. You know what I mean? Who was holding... Who is holding him accountable? No one. Guys, I'm learning and discovering so many fucking things. I was okay. So I was spending some time loitering around this fucking hotel called the Royal Albion. It's a Royal Albion. It's in Brighton. Just loitering around, and I see this fucking beautiful, gorgeous fucking English stripper, and she's fucking gorgeous, man. She was like blonde with blue eyes and everything. So I just go up to her and I light her a cigarette, and I'm like, hey, give me your number, you know what I mean? I'll come to your room, you know what I mean? We'll read the Bible or something, you know what I mean? Because they always have Bibles in the fucking rooms, man. And I was like, okay. So I told her, I said, okay, you know what? You give me your number. I was like, you know what? I'll call you in an hour. Just wait for me, okay? Sweetheart. And she was like, yeah, no worries. Then, of course, as women are, they flake all the fucking time. And I'm like, not again. It's so annoying. And then I call her up on the phone, and she's like, nah, but I don't know. I don't feel like it, blah, blah, blah. I changed my mind. Women. And so I had to kind of push for it, and I was like, I don't know. I did something or I said something, and I was like, okay, you know what? And then she was like, okay, come into my room. So I go and I go into a room and damn man, damn, that was some good ass fucking honey, man. I love strippers, man. And dude, this chick was fucking gorgeous, man. This chick was fucking beautiful, man. Like, she's sitting there on the bed. I think her kid was also there. Whatever. And she had this like bathrobe, that was, dude. This chick was fucking like something else, man. Quality. Do you know what quality is? Like top fucking notch quality. Like the cream of the fucking cream. You know. And she had this like fucking bathrobe, and it was like full of like it was like patterned with like pink and white stripes or whatever. And she's drinking pink gin. Notice she's wearing a pink bathrobe, and she's drinking pink gin, the pink lady gin, right? So I was like, yes. And guys, here's something else that you guys should learn from, I told you guys, because I'm like 58 years old, and I mean, I'm physically 33, but I'm like 50 years old mentally. And, let Papa explain to you some of the things about life. So when it comes to women, I've actually wrote a book about this. It's called Sexual Games, How Men Can Play to Win and Get the Girl of Their Dreams. You can look it up on Amazon if you want to. I don't really care if you're interested. But teach you certain things about like women. Like, for example, women tend to use a lot of colors when it comes to communicating sexual desire and these types of things. And if you are privy to some of the knowledge, you will read between the lines and understand. So whenever you see a woman wearing pink, this is a good thing. This is like extreme estrogen femininity. This is a woman that operates in a very feminine kind of imperative. And typically, whenever a woman goes outside while wearing pink, this is communicating sexual desire. So this woman wants to get fucked. This is exactly what it means. Now, by whom, I don't know. Could be, it's difficult to understand what a woman wants, but definitely pink is associated with sexual desire and femininity. So, whenever you see these like bunnies and rabbits, go for it, man. Um, the yeah. So when she was telling me about how she fucking like she was killing it. Like she was making loads and loads of dosh, loads and loads of cash. And I've been to strip clubs so many times. I've dated I've dated strippers. I have been to strip clubs. Spent a lot of time in strip clubs. I enjoy going to strip clubs actually, just for the fun of it. And it's a quite nice place to go to. And this is the fucking thing is that. Yeah, so yeah, so we're sitting there and chatting and talking or whatever, and she's trying to like seduce me, and then she started like fucking like open her legs, and she started like rubbing her pussy at me, and she was like, she just sort of like you say like rubbing me with her feet, and that was quite nice. And then there's a lot of foreplay going on, and my dick was fucking hard as fuck, as hot as a rock. And she just showed me her fucking breasts, and then I went for it. I started touching her, and anyway, so we're talking about certain things, and I told her that I'm really annoyed by some of these people that are like following me, these homosexuals who are following me and stalking me, and they keep calling me a fag or calling me gay. And then she looked at me and she said, "Well, why do you care?" This is what she said to me. She was like, "Why do you care if they call you a fag? Are you a fag? I would not have let you into my room had you been a fag." I was like, "Yes, fair dues. Yes, I guess I am not. Why would you call me up into your room if I'm homosexual, right?" And then she looked at me and she was like, in Surrey. Oh, you lived in Surrey. Well, why do you care? This is what she said. She said, "Why do you care what the people in Surrey are doing or saying about you? Those rich people, like, they fucking rape little boys, And I'm like, "What? Really? Are you fucking kidding me?" And she was like, "Yeah, I grew up in Surrey." I was like, "What? Really? You grew up in Surrey?" She was like, "Yeah, I grew up in Surrey. I know about these things." You know, these rich people in Surrey, they're just fucking like raping little 3-year-old boys and shit like that. You know what I mean? I was like, "Fuck, man, that's messed up, man." And this is problem nowadays is people just refuse to believe anything that anybody says because a lot of people don't have a sense. They cannot tell. The purpose in life is not to be to refuse to believe anything that anybody says. I think one of the things that you should be doing in life is to it's to have this what is called discernment. You have to have the discernment to tell, to be able to tell when somebody is telling the truth and when somebody is lying to you. Because yeah, any coward can do this. Anybody with no balls can just say, "Oh, you know what? I refuse to believe what anybody says." Yeah, okay, but how are you going to learn anything in life? People are humans. They can tell you something. That information they give you can be truthful and it can be a lie. Nothing is, square. Nothing comes prepackaged. It can be truthful and it can be a lie. You have to figure out whether it is truth or the lie. That's your business. And that's the problem, like, nowadays. Everybody's being, like, fucking automatic, man. Everybody's, like, functioning on autopilot. So when problems happen, they don't know how to deal with these problems because they're just slaves. They're just fucking programmed to go around and do things, All these fucking, like, beta males and fucking, Actually, I once met this fucking Jewish guy, and he was pretty smart. He had some problems with bipolar, but he was pretty fucking smart. And he told me about this. He was like, the difference between the alpha and the beta, all these like beta males, is that the beta male is like they're silly, they're stupid. They just keep pushing and pushing the same fucking buttons. They don't have the wherewithal or the wits or the cleverness to figure out new ways to do things. They just keep pushing the same button, deet, 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 deet. And I definitely do think that in the gang stalking, we are definitely dealing with a lot of these beta males. Because all day, you notice it a lot of times. You notice it with the gang stalking. The tactics are very repetitive. It's just pushing the same buttons, right? It's like a repetitive tactic. They have no intelligence. They are not clever. They're not smart. You know, And this is something that he explained to me. And he told me, he was like, he said that there's a difference between the alpha and the sigma. There's the alpha, the sigma, and the beta. So the betas are stupid, and they're always like, uh, the betas are always just pushing the same buttons, and you cannot wake them up when they sleep. This is one of the things that happens. Now, this is the, what do you call it? Then he was talking about the difference between the alpha and the sigma, and he was saying that essentially the sigma is somebody that wants to be outside of the hierarchy, who is like a leader, but they want to be outside of the hierarchy, and essentially that the sigma is trying to kill the alpha. Now, I was actually quite interested in this fucking like male hierarchy sort of thing, and I was like, okay, whatever, I'll do a test. And I did the test, right, for the male hierarchy. And it gave me, I think it was like 70% alpha, no, 83% alpha, 72% sigma. And then there was unfortunately, this is not nice, but unfortunately, there was also like a 60% beta. And that's something that I'm not proud of. That's something that I'm not happy of. So that's something I have to learn to deal with or to fight against, to lower beta tendencies, you know. And I'm smart enough. I probably could figure that one out, but as somebody who has a lot of the alpha energy, I oftentimes do have a problem. But I also have a lot of sigma energy as well. So the thing is, what this Jewish guy was telling me, he was saying that the sigma males, they try to kill the alpha. They want to murder the alpha male. And this is why oftentimes I have to deal with this problem. Even when I was recently staying in that place in that homeless shelter, and I had to deal with that. Fuck, man! I had to deal with that. There was this convict. I told you guys, the drug dealer, and this. Well, he's a convict. He's a drug dealer, and he's a thief, and he's been like 13 years in jail. He's a sigma male, and he was trying to get me killed. He was trying to murder me. And I told you guys, he brought another sigma male to come and murder me. They tried to murder me, but they were not able to. I guess, unfortunately for them, and fortunately for me. But yeah, I had a knife on me. I had a fucking knife in case they attacked me. I would trash their fucking ass. But yeah, that was a difficult situation to be in. The guy was always complaining about me. He was like, man, this guy is like a fucking stone, man. Like, even when there's fucking fire outside burning and raging and the guy's fucking calm as shit. Like, this guy does not get fucking stressed out. I'm like, yeah, exactly, bitch. Because I'm not like you. You are afraid. I am not afraid. Fucking cocksucker. You know what I mean? He was like, he was saying about me in German, he was like, ebenso, he was saying in German, like, ebenso das gibt Feuer, ebenso unter Feuer, ist ganz entspannt. As in, even when there's fire raging outside, the guy is fucking extremely like relaxed or extremely chill. And he was like, dieser Mann hat kein Herz, Alter. Dieser Mann hat kein Herz. This guy has no heart. I was like, yeah, exactly. Because I'm not a bitch like you. Well, I mean, he's not exactly a bitch, to be fair, but he's trying to kill me. Fucking asshole, man. Man, everybody's trying to murder me, man. Fucking hell, man. This sucks, man. So anyway, he tried to murder me a couple of times, but he failed, and There was another guy as well who was constantly trying to provoke me and piss me off, but he was weak, so I definitely threatened him with a knife, and I said, if you come fucking mess with me, I'm gonna stab you in the fucking neck. And then you see, they all talk. Some people, these beta males, man, they're all talk. But when it really comes down to it, fuck, man, they can't do jack fucking shit. This guy was, he was also fighting with the drug dealer. He was fighting with the convict, and he thought that he was tougher than the Syrian guy. He thought he was tougher than the convict, the German convict, and he thought he could take him on. He was like, shouting all the time at him. Then it led to a fight, right? And that guy stood up to him and he was like, "Fuck off, man!" And he was like, "I'm not gonna fight you here in the shelter, because if I fight you here, they're gonna kick me out. I don't want to get kicked out of here." And he said, "Come, let's go fight. Let's go outside and fight." And then the fucking dude bitched out. He was like, "I'm going to come and I'm going to fight you." And then he fucking just ran away, and he didn't show up to the fight. Wherever, I don't know where that fucking fight was taking place, but supposed to be taking place. But then he bitched out and ran away, and he fucking called the. He went and he called another dude, a bigger dude, to stand up for him, and he came and he was attacking me and saying, "Why did you tell him about I don't know. Why did you tell him about the fight, the where the fight is supposed to happen, all this kind of stuff? It's as if you want both of us to fight or something." And I was like, "Yeah, man, that's not my fucking problem. You guys want to fight? I respect that absolutely. You got a problem with somebody and you want to fight him? Go for it, man. Deal with your own fucking problems. That dude wants to fight you. You fight him. That's honorable. That's a good thing. But you bitched out, and then you come to me and you complain about me. You fucking sleazeball. Complaining about me that I'm giving him the information for you. Well, relaying the message that you should go fight him. Yeah, of course I would, because I don't. You guys want to fight. Go fucking fight. That's your fucking problem. Because if somebody had challenged me to a fight, if that guy had challenged me to a fight in that situation, I would definitely fucking fought with him. But I'm way past that fucking shit. I got a knife, and I'm worried about somebody murdering me. Because in your fucking bitch ass situation, you're worried about this guy beating you up. I'm not at your fucking level. I'm way beyond that fucking level, man. I got this fucking son of a bitch trying to fucking murder my ass. I'm worried about murder. I'm not worried about I'm not worried about a fight or to get beaten up. This guy's not trying to have a physical fight with me. He's trying to murder me. So I'm trying to protect myself from murder. Rightfully so. I'm not afraid of dying or something like that, but I'm not gonna let somebody kill me. What the fuck? That would just be stupid. Man, this is what sucks, man. When you have people trying to murder your ass in a house, in fucking close quarters. You know what I mean? Because when somebody's trying to murder you in plain public, in a public area like a park, that's fine and dandy, right? Because that's bigger space. There's a lot more you can do. But when that motherfucker is trying to murder you in your house, and you can't do anything to kick him out because he lives there, he's a resident of that house, just like you. You don't have the right to kick him out, And you can go to these fucking fuckers or whatever and tell them, "Oh, but this guy's fucking trying to murder me." They're not going to listen to you. I got fucking 80 million fucking Germans trying to fucking murder my ass, man. The Germans don't give a shit. The Germans are the ones trying to fucking murder my ass. I'm going to go to the Germans, the 80 fucking million Germans, and tell them, "Oh, you guys sent this fucking, fucking Gefangene, fucking, prisoner to fucking murder me. And I have a problem with this." Yes. And they're going to say, what? They're going to help me? No, no, not going to help me. Man, you're going to see. Fucking hell, man. They think that just because they brought 80 million people against me, that they're going to defeat me. I'm the fucking son of Lucifer! I am the literal son of Mars! Anyway, so, look. Back to the topic of, automatic versus manual, all this shit. Guys, always follow the manual. Don't follow the fucking automatic, okay? Don't be a slave. Don't be a robot, okay? Just, do things manually. Don't do things automatically, okay? Let these fucking dumbasses who are stalking you and harassing you and all that kind of shit, they're just pushing the same buttons. You just have to learn to fucking ignore these people, because even fighting them and confronting them is not going to lead to anything, because you can go and confront them as much as you want. They're just going to lie, manipulate, hide things, conceal things, and deny everything, and try to gaslight you. And then you keep challenging them to their face and say, yeah, but I know what you did, and I heard what you said, and blah, 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 blah. And they're just going to keep doing the same fucking thing, because they're machines. They're programmed. They don't have any other settings. It's like it's like an Android or something. It's like programmed with the software. Like, it has to follow that fucking software. It just doesn't know what else to do. And then you can talk to them until you're blue in the fucking face, but it doesn't really matter. And then they're going to call you a wimp. They're going to call you a coward. And then you go and you face them, and then they run away. And as they are running away, they call you a coward. I just find this really funny. They go and hide from you whilst you're confronting them, and then they call you a coward and a wimp. And then they call the police on you. And as they're doing this, they call you a wimp and a coward. You see the problem, right? It's like just stupidity or something. I don't know what it is, man. I don't think like these people, man, and I never will. I don't want to be one of the sheep. So anyway, they don't be automatic, be manual, be smart. Don't be stupid, man. And yeah, this is like what do you call it, man? It's like yeah. So you try to be manual, and you don't want to be like a robot. You don't want to be like a slave. You don't want to be automatos. You don't want to be automatic. You know what, guys? I actually, at this point, I'm starting to think that I don't actually think that 80 million German people are against me. I actually think it's the entire fucking world that is against me. For some fucking wicked and weird reason, I seem to enjoy it. I don't know why. There was this saying, I don't know who said this saying, but they said men get tired of sex and wine much more quickly than they get tired of war. For some fucking reason, I think this is very much applicable to me. Man, these, man, guys, I don't know, what your situation is and who you are and all this kind of stuff, or whoever is watching this. I'm assuming that you're a target individual, but guys, watch Gatis. Go watch Sverig's channel, Gatis, man. This guy's gonna wake you the fuck up to reality, man. It's like gonna be like a bitch slap. He's gonna bitch slap you into waking up into reality. I swear to God, man. This guy's fucking. This guy's fucking. He's the G. He's the real fucking G. He's the real deal. Fucking hell, man. He eats nothing but fucking raw meat and he just knows everything. This guy knows everything, man. Like, well, not everything, but he knows a lot of fucking things. Like, I have to give credit where it's due. Like, I learned a lot from this guy. Like, fucking hell, man. But yeah, yeah, this is the problem is that society, the postmodern world is essentially a major fucking slave camp. And I told you guys about some of the experiences I've had in the past, which have proven to me, of course, that it is a slave camp and slavery is everywhere. Even when I was in England and I met this older man, and this older man, he was like, I don't know, he was a Freemason and probably part of the Illuminati as well, and maybe also a Luciferian. But he looked at me and he said, well, the nurse told me, she was like, this guy has like 250 houses. And of course, each house in England costs about £100,000. So that's a lot of fucking money right there. And he's a billionaire, basically. Well, in the 100 millions at least. But, he told me something quite interesting. He said, that people think that we have done away with slavery, but this is a modern day slave camp. It's a slave camp. It definitely is, my friend. My friends, it definitely is. They want people to work, and of course, you can look up the definition of the word slave. Look it up on the internet. The definition of the word slave, and the definition of the word slave in the English language is quite interesting. Technically, the word slave means to one who obeys orders and works for someone else. So all these people who are working and have jobs, they are all, technically speaking, according to the archaic definition of the English language, they are slaves, because that is the definition of slaves. When you work for someone else and you obey orders, the more you obey someone else's orders and the more you work for someone else, the more of a slave you are. So they may, fine and dandy, they'll say, oh no, but we just work, it's just jobs, yeah. Yes, and that is exactly what a slave is. Because you think you have the freedom, but think about it this way. Can you tell your manager to fuck off? Can you tell your manager, hey, you know what? I don't want to work today. I just want to stay at home. Or, your manager comes to you and says, you have to do this project or you have to do this whatever. And you say, you know what? I don't want to do it. What's going to happen? You will get fired, right? You're going to lose your job, right? So, and precisely because you're a slave and you are afraid of losing the job, that's exactly why. That is literally the fucking problem, man. So, guys, yeah, I think I've talked about these things a lot, and I value you people watching me and listening to the things that I have said. And of course, I'm like 58 years old, and I've come to the fulfillment of my life, and I've accepted death. And I just want to share with you guys some of the wisdom that I have acquired throughout my life. And of course, nobody gonna last forever. And I might have maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 years to live, and then I will enter into hell. And it is just the fulfillment of the life circle, man. It's the fulfillment of the life circle, man. And I might do it on my own terms. I might figure out a way to do it on my own terms. Figure out a way to do it on my own terms. And then see what happens. Yeah, so yeah, I'm 58 years old, man. You guys know that I actually have like white hair growing on the sides of my head. That's literally what's happening. You know. But it's it's interesting that I met this I met this American guy at the hospital once in France, and we had some interesting chit chat about certain things, and he was telling me about how his father was gay or homosexual, and how he is supposedly schizophrenic or whatever. And he's saying that he took some LSD and he fucking like went all berserk and murdered some people or somebody, and he doesn't even know if he killed someone or he didn't, which is pretty messed up, to be honest, but whatever. Then he was telling me about how as you grow older, like life becomes sweeter, and I'm like, yeah, exactly, hell yeah, man, that's exactly what I noticed. It's like just life becoming better and better and better. It becomes more difficult as you're slowly entering into hell. It becomes more difficult. The air becomes more thick, and it's more difficult to breathe as it would be in Mars. But whatever, and you start to feel more of the burning and the fire and the smoke and the suffering. But there's also more and more pleasure as you grow older. More and more pleasure. So, like I said, I'm reiterating some of the things that I said. Like you want to get that honey, but you can't get that honey for free. You know what I mean? There's going to be a cost. There's going to be some pain. You're going to get stung by the bees. Yeah, it's like one day I, whatever, man. Yeah, so this is the thing about life, is you can't be somebody that plays everything safely. You have to take risks. You have to do things that you wish to do, fulfillment of your desire, fulfillment of your will, and fuck with me, right? Because pain, suffering, this is guaranteed in life. You can't just be like a schizoid baby who just stays at home and doesn't do a goddamn fucking thing. Yeah, I mean, okay, you can play things as safely as you want to, but they're not going to get any reward. You're not going to. I mean, if you want to be a little baby, you can be a little baby all you want, but that's your choice, right? But if you want to grow up and start to live your life and start to become stronger and better and smarter and all these things, you have to you have to be ready to handle the fire. You have to handle the flames. You know what I mean? Some of the difficult things that I have done in the past, and of course here in Germany, even they call me Versucher for very good reason, because I am the Versucher. I am El Diablo. But well, I'm not El Diablo. I'm the son of son of the devil. Actually, it was so funny in France. In France, there was a bunch of homosexuals following me around in a train, and they were complaining about me and saying, "You're gonna see, motherfucker, you son of the devil. You're gonna see. Tu vas voir, fils de Satan. Tu vas voir." You know, and that's the thing with these homosexuals. The homosexuals, they think like a woman, right? The homosexuals have a female brain, so the brain of the homosexual, it's like a woman, right? So these homosexuals, they're like women. They want to punish the men. They want to punish and expose the men, you know, like a woman. You know, like for example, as a dude, you might have this with the women trying to expose you or punish you for something that you have done. Which, bitch, I never did anything. Okay, you know, I never did anything. And even if I did, I am justified in doing it because I'm a man and that's my own business. But this is the thing. The homosexual men, they are like women. So they think like a woman. They want to punish men just like a woman would try to punish or berate her husband or her boyfriend or something. You know what I mean? So you gotta be careful with these homosexuals. They can be quite dangerous. They can be quite dangerous because they are like women. They are willing to do anything. You know, the homosexuals are willing to do anything to get what they want. You know, they don't care. They even if they like a woman. You know, like even if she has to suck a billion fucking dicks, as long as she gets what she wants. This is how a cunt thinks. Women, like, they're willing to do anything to get what they want. You know, a woman doesn't care about anything. As long as she gets what she wants, she will suck a million fucking cocks just to get ahead. And I've seen this shit happen all the fucking time. You know, even when I was in university, like there would be all these fucking chicks and women that I was studying with, and of course, as a dude, you know, I'm smart, I'm clever, and I just went and I did all that fucking, you know, the essays and all the experiments and everything, just did everything properly, you know, because I know how to do it, because I'm smart. And I noticed the women were always having problems. Either they would try to come to me to teach them to kind of like suck on my dick, so to speak, and get some of that man juice, you know, because they got none, right? So she's like, oh, you know, so you're gonna teach me, and you know, she wants you to do things for her or something like that. I'm like, nah, bitch, no, I'm not gonna do it for you. You do it for yourself. And then. You know, what happens, the women would always fucking fail miserably. You know, when the time comes for the test, they have no clue, you know, and they would fail the test and then they would be crying, they failed it. And somehow, after failing so many tests, and you wonder, how did they actually manage to get their fucking degree at the end? We know how they got the degree. They got it by getting down on their knees and sucking that dick. That's how they got the fucking degree. Because you see that fucking bitch and, you know, you notice things, right? Because you're a dude, right? You're not stupid. You're like, wait a second. She failed all the tests. She failed all the tests. And somehow she managed to get the degree. She actually managed to get to pass the degree and to actually get the fucking... the master's degree. Like how you know what I mean? Well, what's happening is she's getting on her knees and she's sucking fucking dick. That's what she's doing. You know, these women, man, like they'll just go to the fucking principal or to the manager, the supervisor or whoever, and they'll be like, you know what? I'll give you a blowjob. Just, let me pass. You know what I mean? That's exactly what they do. So be careful of homosexuals. Homosexuals are willing to do anything to get ahead. They're willing to do anything to get their way, and they're very, very dangerous to men because they are. They'd be willing to stab you in the back. They'd be willing to do anything to stab you in the back. They have no honor. They're willing to stab you in the back. They're willing to do anything to get ahead. You know what I mean? Like you might go and fucking do something and do it the proper way, and you know how to do it. You know what I mean? You can go and fish or hunt or do something yourself, right? As I do. And I'm a pretty fucking decent fisherman, by the way. And I do it the proper way. I do it my way. But these homosexuals and women, they will cheat, they will lie, they will anything, just anything to get ahead. But when it comes to actually getting that shit done, they're fucking useless, man. They don't know how to do a goddamn fucking thing. You know what I mean? Absolutely fucking useless. And they can't even fucking like wiggle themselves out of a fucking paper bag, for fuck's sake, man. That's the fucking problem. So guys, be very careful. As you're slowly ascending into hell, you have to be very, 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 very careful of these homosexuals. Don't let them come anywhere near you. Because this is the problem we have nowadays. Like, in nature, you wouldn't suffer a homosexual to live. Like, fuck's sake, man. Like, if these homos were like somewhere in nature, like you see them, you'd just fucking stab them in the neck, and you'd get the fuck out of there. Because, you know what I mean? But nowadays, you can't kill the homosexuals because they won't fucking let you. Because the police will come, knock on your fucking door, and be like, "Motherfucker, you're gonna go to jail for 6 fucking years, or 10 years." Like, what are you talking about, man? But no, you can't, if you speak anything about the woke, if you speak or do anything about the LGBTQ and the fucking woke, you're gonna get canceled, and you're gonna have all these fucking people coming, mobs swarming against you and saying, trying to murder you and shit like that. Like, fuck you, man. And, when you stand up for what is just, when you stand up for what is right, they come after you. That's exactly what happens. So, guys, be very, 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 very careful of who you are dealing with, who you are talking to. So don't talk to anyone until you get a sense for the type of person you're talking to. Situational awareness, so to speak. Maybe you guys might watch a video on YouTube called, there's actually a cool ass dude, spent some time in jail. His name is Big Herc. He can teach you a couple of things here and there. He's very, very smart. He knows a lot of shit, man. So anyway, this problem is, like I told you guys, like I my mother, that stupid fucking bitch, man, she was trying to like fucking seduce me multiple times throughout my life, and multiple times she was trying to seduce me, right? And she just keep lying and fucking lying and lying and lying and lying all the fucking time, just lying and lying, and she just seducing me all the fucking time, trying to get me to have sex with her, which, and my sister as well was trying to like have sex with me, and I'm like, man, should I really do this? Like, what the fuck is this, man? This has to be a joke, right? And I don't know, man. Incest. I'm not. I'm not really sure if that's something that you should be doing. But yeah. So this she just fucking she went on the stupid fucking cunt. She went on the fucking she went on these like fucking gay dating websites, and she posted my fucking profile on there, and I guess that my profile is also posted on fucking like Grindr or some shit like that. And now I have to deal with all these fucking gay ass homosexuals fucking stalking me and following me around everywhere. You know what I mean? I'm like, fuck, how could you do this to me? Like, come on, man. This is crazy. This is nuts, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. And she thinks, my mother thinks that I'm an asshole. Nah. She acts like a total fucking cunt to me, and then she thinks that I'm a fucking asshole. I'm not a fucking asshole. What? Look at the things that you are doing. What the hell is this? Oh, man. Women, man, are so fucking... I don't even want to say it, man. Anyway, look. We are... I think we are like a crossroads. We are at a difficult times nowadays, and there's slavery everywhere. You have to resist. You have to resist because it's this things that are happening right now in the world are pretty crazy. Pretty crazy what's happening right now in the world. Anyway, guys, I think I've talked for 70 minutes, and I'll let you guys go off the hook. Hope you guys doing well. If you enjoyed this, like, subscribe, and comment. If you don't, well, you don't have to, but, whatever. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.